This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote good
All right
scripts.
here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 534. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm
Jim.
I'm Brian.
I'm Jim.
That's Jim.
And with us is film critic to the stars, Oscar snubbed last week, expert, Scab Jeff. Welcome, Scab Jeff.
Thank you.
We wanted you on the show last week.
I was told that the person in charge of scheduling didn't have me come in because I made fun of Rocky last time I was on.
That would be Brian.
I am not in charge of scheduling.
I'm not.
I'm just saying that's what I was told.
And I'll make fun of Rocky all day long. Go ahead.
I'm just a volunteer. I am not on staff here.
I'm not on staff here. Who's on staff here?
Oh, I think we found the problem.
I mean, it's at your house. You have to be some
No,
sort
I'm not.
of
No, I'm not.
ownership presence.
So guests in the past have just shown up.
Yes.
You know, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess we're having him this week.
Scab, you have an open invitation whenever you want to come. So I don't care.
If you know where Jason lives, just show up on
Nah,
Tuesday.
let's not do that much.
Not even just guests, like hosts. Like
I mean, Brian became a regular just by showing up.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
They always say they're blown away by my ability to show up.
I feel
guess Brian
I
showing
feel
up.
the studio is running out of room though.
Well, if we had 10 more inches on that side, I think it would have helped. Damn it. Damn my wife.
I still think the play is flipping your green room with your studio.
I think that's a good call. I think it's a good call.
Shove the kids in the studio.
Yeah, but this is a lot easier to clean than the other room.
That's why you have kids.
That's true. That is true. They do a good job.
They need
cleaning.
to earn the snacks that
They
they
do.
steal from
They
us.
do clean. Brian, you got a gift.
I did. I walked into a new set of Mad Libs. They are Clue
Even better.
Mad Libs
Those are from Doug, number one fan.
from Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
So he also, what else did he bring us over there?
Doug also brought us some Clausen pickle flavored jelly beans. So thanks, Doug.
Let me see what those are. Let me
They're
see.
jelly beans. They're flavored like pickles.
Well, they're solid green, which is nice. I think
You can color them whatever you want.
I think they're going to taste good.
They're
I
going
think
to
they're-
taste like sweet pickles.
I think
Tastes
so.
like Clausen pickles. They might not even be sweet.
Maybe.
I'm excited about this. Jeff, are you excited about these?
I am not in the slightest bit, and I didn't have dinner yet, so. it's
Oh,
gonna
well,
be
we
even
got
worse.
a lot of food. Courtesy of my youngest son, we do have dirt cake flavored creamed Oreos.
I'm very excited.
He found them.
about
My youngest son is a pretty good friend of the podcast. He gets a lot. He finds a lot of these things.
I was also sent with 2 bribes from Dr. Dana.
Oh, what do we got? What do we
She got us the new chocolatey chip pancake Pop-Tarts,
Ooh.
as well as some party cake flavored Peeps. Yeah. Yeah. That's about what I said when she was like, hey, I got you something for the podcast.
I got your peeps.
That's
Love
great,
you, Brian.
honey.
Those
Thank you.
Pop-Tarts
tried
look like they have
Peeps?
ants on the cover. Like, that's a bad marketing, doesn't it?
They're called chocolate chips.
Yeah, but they look like ants.
So it looks like
No.
chocolate chips on top of a pancake.
They do not look like ants.
Oh, well, I think so.
Well, you're wrong.
Sorry. I've heard. Blake, how you doing down there?
Great.
Awesome. Oh, gotta update the score. Your batting average. So, Jeff, how was the Oscar party? You have an Oscar party every year.
I feel it was pretty good.
He's only saying that because he won.
I saw that. Did you?
I did.
He won because he rolled a higher die.
Yep.
Who did you tie with?
With Jim. And we had awesome scores. I think what we missed
predicted 20. We only missed 4.
5. We missed 4 out of 26 or
Yes.
25.
Wow.
And I should have gotten one that you did get, and you should have gotten one that I did get.
Yeah.
So what percentile is that?
I think we would have gotten a B on if it were a
B
multiple
minus.
choice.
B minus?
B minus. Jim, I actually had a space saved over there for you for the other trophy.
I was hoping to bring it.
I have
very close.
I was making room over there.
This is the third straight year I have got the most correct.
And not win?
No, I tied the last 2 years and did not win.
Are you Donald Trump?
Down the hall.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I have both
Fuck
of those
you.
trophies.
No, I'm just asking me like the
Oh
election.
no, I only have one. You have the other one, don't you?
No, you have both. You won
I have
tiebreak.
2.
Yeah.
So you said 3. You said the third straight year.
No, I have the trophy there from
that's
3 years ago.
You did win one.
Yeah.
He flat out won one. Then we had a 4-way tie last year.
Yeah, I saw Jim's exuberant celebration for Jeff's trophy presentation.
It was quite
year.
enthusiastic clapping.
So great. I mean, he just shamed everybody.
We had a misstep with the first attempt at filming that, so that was actually the second second take.
So Jim was actually reenacting his enthusiastic clapping?
Well, next year. There's always next year.
Well, Jim always wins, so I just have to
hope so.
hope that I tie him.
We have a spot for you. We have a spot for another trophy over there.
Another Oscar trophy.
Yeah. It's over there. The giant rabbit with big teeth guards it. So, yeah.
Sharp, pointy teeth.
Sharp, pointy, big teeth. Big teeth. So,
Pointy teeth.
anybody got anything going on? Anybody you want to talk about?
Oh, I watched a few things this week.
Go right ahead.
I watched the new John Cena film,
Which one is that?
Ricky Stenicki?
Ricky Stenicki.
How was that? I want to see that.
It was a bad film, but it was amusing.
Good.
So apparently, I read they've been trying to get that movie made for like 10 years.
What?
And it took this long for someone to do it.
Jeez.
Like him and Efron have been trying to get that film done. Maybe not 10 years, but for a substantial period of time to where a film like that, it should have been already done and over with and out of everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Like there's it's not good enough for them to, you know what I mean?
To keep holding on to it.
Right.
What's it about, briefly?
It's about 3 guys or his kids, they created a fake person who they blamed everything on, and that went to and they used him as a scapegoat, in their adult lives. I'm going to go. It started. They're going to skip the the couple's baby shower so they can go to Atlantic City.
To be fair, everybody should skip couples' baby showers.
They were using it as like a get out of jail free card so that they didn't have to do stuff with their families and their wives, right? Yeah.
That's why I do this podcast.
I watched that. Then I also watched an Apple show, Lessons in Chemistry.
How was that?
With Brie Larson. It was really good. It's 8 episodes. I watched it in 2 nights.
Okay.
So
Believe Dr. Dana just finished that as well.
it is really good.
What's that about?
She's a chemist or a lab tech because she's female in the 50s, and she did not get her PhD, and she ends up losing her job and having to survive, and she gets on a cooking show and doing chemistry as cooking, and
Oh.
but it's
Is it based on a true story?
it's based on a book, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Worked on the proper ratio of virgin olive oil to garlic thinly sliced.
Half a cup to a third.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Traitors season finale?
I did finish Traitors.
Did you?
I have not.
We won't spoil it.
Well, I don't care if you spoil it.
It was a good twist. So I like it. I still think last season was a better ending, but when it was the last people left, I was like, oh my God, don't end the game. Do it again. Do it again. And all my kids and my wife even said, oh my God, that would be amazing. And so all my kids were chanting, do it, do it. And when they did, it was
And they did it.
Yep. The best is her reaction.
She's still pissed.
Yes! We watched the after show, and I was like, oh my God. And I like John. It's just a game. Like, figure it's okay.
All those people have money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Especially her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very well done. I really enjoyed it, especially with that little twist at the end. So
I'm going under the assumption they got the traitor at the end.
They got
Kate.
They got Kate. They voted her out, and there was 3 left with CT, MJ, and Trishelle. And they said, "You want to end?" And they grabbed their little flame packet things, and they, "Do you want to end it?" And
because they're all faithful at the end. Those 3 are all faithful.
And MJ threw hers in. It came up green, so to end it. And both Trishelle and CT.
Now, Trishelle's comment was she didn't know she trusted CT.
Yeah, so then they did another vote. CT voted for MJ. MJ voted for Trishelle, and Trishelle voted for CT.
So it was a 3-way?
So they had to re-vote.
And then
MJ didn't change her vote.
And CT did. CT basically gave his speech like, "You're the only one I trust. Like, I'm not a traitor. This is it." And so Trishelle changed her vote to MJ. And so, but MJ's face the whole time was just shocked. Like,
she was just surprised and then angry afterwards.
And she's like, "You guys are just greedy." It's like, well, instead of splitting $208,000 3 ways, you now split it twice.
Yeah.
It's like, well. And CT's like, the only one I trust in this whole group is Trishelle.
So it was down to those 3. So they got rid of 3 before that?
It was the 4 of them total at the end that went to the bonfire.
Because they...
Oh, yeah.
Well, they killed...
who did they kill? I forget.
Sandra?
Or
the other housewife?
They banished... Sheree got killed, and then they banished Sandra.
Yeah.
And then they did another
round.
Oh, okay.
So, and then they got, at the bonfire, they got rid of Kate, and then they decided to, fuck it, we're going to kick MJ out. So, it was awesome. My kids were excited.
So the people from the challenge won.
Yeah. So...
The gamers won.
Yeah, the gamers won. But yeah, MJ is still pissed off. In the after show, John, the politician's like, "It's a game. Get over it." Like, that's part of the game. So, it was good, though. I liked it. So, anybody else watch anything?
I watched Aquaman.
The new one?
The new one.
And?
It's not good.
So you mean Aquaman 2?
Aquaman 2.
Electric
Aquaman
Boogaloo.
and the Lost Kingdom.
You voted that for a floppy.
I did.
Do you still feel it's justified?
Oh, no, my vote was totally not justified. It was like, I'm watching it and I'm like, why does the humor in this remind me of Looney Tunes?
Did they Acme?
I mean, it felt like, it was Aquaman and
His
whatever
brother,
his
right?
brother, Ocean Master,
Sea Donkey.
Sea Donkey, yeah, whatever his name was.
That's the seahorse's name, Sea Donkey.
And like they're just going back and forth, and it's like this just sounds like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck going back and forth.
Was it weird when one of them was like, "It's duck season, no rabbit season"?
It was very weird. It felt out of place.
Oh, okay. I heard he knocked down a tree to cross a bridge area.
Nope.
Oh.
He knocked down a statue.
Oh. Which is funny because in it, like, Aquaman jumps pretty far. Like, he's a pretty super-powered human, right?
It was a
really
big
far
chasm.
Oh, okay.
Take a look at that chasm down here. That chasm is huge.
Do you feel like James Gunn is going to keep this into the DC?
No.
Okay. That's a shame. Supposedly, Jason Momoa is playing Lobo.
Yep, I heard that.
Which, sure, why not?
I think he's probably fits the traditional Lobo more than he fit the traditional Aquaman.
So Peacemaker Season 2 will be part of James Gunn's new DC universe, but Season 1 is not.
That makes no sense.
And people online are like, is it just because of that Justice League cameo at the end?
Yeah.
Is that why? So, which you could have just said it's a multiverse, right? They came in. But yeah, he said Season 2 will be connected, but not Season 1.
Just because of the Flash and Aquaman cameo at the end.
Yeah. You know what? I really don't feel like there's anything that could go wrong with this new universe. I feel like they got it all set perfectly fine. I feel like there's going to be no issues. Blue Beetle's in the new universe, but his film doesn't count.
Okay.
Or it could count. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
But he said he's in it. Like, this is a horrible idea. But good for them. Good for DC. So you would not recommend it?
I couldn't.
How's the villain in it? Black Manta, right?
Black Manta, yeah.
I think you should watch it, Jason.
We are. We're going to watch it with the kids. How was Black Manta? Was he better than the first one?
He was.
I mean, he shouldn't have been the bad guy in the first one, and he should have been in this one. But I mean, this got a little ridiculous, and the whole.
James Wan directed this too, and he's a pretty decent director.
It was fake.
Very fake.
Okay. Anything else you watch?
The Oscars.
We'll get to that in a bit. Jeff, besides the Oscars, did you watch anything?
Well, that conversation. So, like, what other TV shows are not part of like the DC or the Marvel universe that could have been, that may make it better if you make it a multiverse, like the old Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno, or the Great American Hero? Was he
Greatest American Hero would be fun.
Yeah, I don't think he's related. He's not a DC or a Marvel character.
but he could be, right?
DC doesn't really have much that's in it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now part of the MCU. They did say that.
Well,
is Arrow officially?
No, well, it was part of the old multiverse.
Yeah, DC's
of DC.
not really doing the multiverse. Now, Marvel's doing the multiverse now, so
Yes.
pretty much every Marvel property in the past probably exists somewhere within the multiverse.
Is Lou Ferrigno still alive?
Last I heard he was, yes.
Bill Bixby isn't.
Is Lou Ferrigno still living next door to Kevin James?
I believe so.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. In Queens?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah, so to answer your question, Jeff, nothing really is going to make DC that much better. I don't know. I'm hoping James Gunn fixes it. Sure. Why not? I don't know. I just like the whole Peacemaker thing. Season 1 doesn't count. Well, wait a minute. Season 2 is a continuation of Season 1.
Yeah, because I know like the Arrowverse was pretty much tying anything they could together.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have anything to do with this current.
Except Black Lightning.
They had Black Lightning in there. But I mean, they tied Smallville into it. And
I did 3 seasons of reviews for nerdly.co.uk.
you did 3 whole seasons? They made 3 seasons?
Yep.
It was rough.
The special effects were so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be worse. It could have been Riverdale.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I know it wasn't.
Is that Marvel?
Yes. We're
No,
going.
I don't know what the
owns-
Archie comics
Who
were.
owns Archie? I don't think they're owned by any. I think it's just Archie Comics.
I think they're in the Spawn universe.
That could be.
Or Bazooka Joe universe.
Bazooka Joe's a multiverse of the Archie comics.
Could you imagine Spawn showing up at Riverdale? Who's the bully in Riverdale in Archie? Is there a bully?
I don't know. In Riverdale, in the comics, I guess Reggie was the bully.
I just like see Spawn deal with Reggie. Did you just take his insides out?
Mr. Weatherby.
Well, that lasted all of 8 seconds.
Now what do we do?
Mr. Weatherby is a pedophile. He just killed him. The first issue of Spawn is always funny because they built this villain up like to be like their version of Joker to Spawn, and then at the end of the arc he kills him. Spawn kills him. And they're like, But all the fans were like, but he would be a good villain. And he's like, but why would he keep him around? He's not going to bring it. Like, Spawn, in theory, would not keep this guy around. He's a bad person.
He's horrible.
Yeah. So we're just going to kill him. And they're like, oh, but Batman doesn't do that.
Spawn is not Batman.
And there's an issue in Gotham City with their crime. Like, let's be real here.
What did I just see?
Arkham Asylum was 100% capacity.
So they just decided to kill.
I saw a skit. I'm not sure what it was from, but I saw it online where there were some like teenage girls sitting around watching or trying to figure out who Batman is, and they logic it together. They're like, wait a minute, so he's got to be very rich to do all this, and they're like, do you think it could be Bruce Wayne? And then they're like, oh, we got to get the new. And Mom walks in and goes, oh, what are you girls talking about? And like, we think Bruce Wayne might be Batman. She's like, don't say anything. And then doorbell rings, and it's Commissioner Gordon, who brings non-disclosure forms for all the girls to sign. And they're like, what? And it's like, oh, come on. You know, everyone knows it. The fact you guys are 16 and just figured it out, you're a little slow. But we don't want Bruce Wayne to know that we know, because then he might stop.
So it's like a Boeing whistleblower.
Too soon.
Sad day for that guy. Did that make news of the geek? News of the geek?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if anybody doesn't know, the Boeing whistleblower committed suicide.
Quote unquote.
Nothing to see here.
It's very.
He was just giving a deposition about Boeing and unsafe issues. It's fine.
It's amazing how
They were very unsafe.
the rate of suicide amongst whistleblowers is sky high.
It's a lot of stress, Jim. It's a lot of stress.
Don't call me Jeff.
Sorry. Hey, George. It's a lot of stress.
Okay, Chris.
Okay. It's fine. Jeff, did you watch anything besides Oscars?
I watch a lot of Oscar movies. I did start watching Foxcatcher again today. Has anybody?
I have seen that.
It is one of the scariest horror movies that you'll ever see. With Steve Carell as the
Is a wrestling coach.
Yeah, that was Carell and Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum is.
Tate's is in it? Wow.
It is very disturbing.
I did not remember how disturbing it was until I was watching it again, and I'm like, oh my god! And Steve Carell was making my name's this, but you can call me Golden Eagle if you want. And usually that would be a funny thing coming from Steve Carell, and it's like, oh no, this guy is unhinged, and he's very rich and unhinged.
Yeah, very unsettling and uncomfortable film.
It is, and
Is it the Vanderbilt or the Biltmore? I can't.
DuPont.
DuPont.
You were close.
Samsonite. Archie Comics is by Archie Comics Publications. So there you go.
Oh, Samson, I was way off.
So, okay. Anything else?
Probably, but
Okay. That's how. It
But when
usually
you're
goes.
put
We
on the
forget.
spot, you forget.
exactly.
Blake, you see anything? What'd you see?
Shogun, the new one that's on Hulu.
How is that?
I like it a lot.
A lot.
Right?
I
so
like it a lot.
I remember this is like 40 years before the original Shogun with Richard Chamberlain and shit. I remember watching that as a kid when it was a big TV miniseries event. You know, when that stuff was like.
Is this connected to it?
No, it's a complete remake.
Oh, it's a remake.
But it's based
Okay.
on the same character, which is James Caravel, I forget his name, author book of Shogun.
Okay.
But I remember watching it the first time 40-some years ago and being too young to understand the politics and the strategy and all that kind of behind it. But I was still blown away because, you know, anything Japanese at that time was pretty fucking cool. You know, samurais, ninjas, and shit. But now being an adult and watching the remake, it kind of gives me, I was like, man, I want to go back and watch the original TV miniseries event, which was so huge back in the day.
I probably would advise you not to do that.
Well, it was still pretty good if I remember correctly.
He just wants to see Richard Chamberlain without a shirt on.
Who doesn't?
I want to see him get pissed on. You know, that's basically. They reenacted that. Obviously, but I remember being a kid, be like, "Why is he peeing on him? I don't understand that shit."
Jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but it is pretty good, and it is a lot more in depth than what I remember. So it's pretty good. I have
Is
it
it
on.
in English or Japanese?
It is both. Yes, you. Well, if you want the
Was the original all in
authentic, I can't remember. It was so good, I can't remember. No, this one, if you want the authentic, it's in the English and Japanese, but you have to read Japanese. But you can go for the full dub option.
So he
in
speaks
Hulu.
English and then a thick Japanese accent for the Japanese parts.
I did not listen to the Japanese dub version, but there's a full English version where they'll dub the English over the Japanese. In basically any of the major languages, if you want, you can choose it if you like.
We should just watch it in Spanish.
Or you can just watch it
With
in
subtitles.
Spanish. Exactly.
Greek.
It actually fit one of the main characters. In
Watch it in Spanish with Greek subtitles.
I like
it.
I love it.
Well, remember the movie Life is Beautiful, which is about
Yes.
him.
La Vida Bella.
But
Yes.
he speaks some language, and then the Germans speak German. But a lot of it is he's the only one who speaks it, but he pretends to make things up. So if you watch that dubbed, it makes no sense at all because he's saying that and they don't understand, and then he's saying the same thing back. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized that it was actually the dubbed version that I was watching.
Well, I got Shogun on DVR that I have to start.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it.
You should. Fourth episode's coming out tonight.
Gotcha.
That was good. But I finally got to watch last night in Soho, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
That's the Anya Taylor-Joy, Edgar Wright. It came
I'm
out
gonna
a
see
couple
that.
years ago.
It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. I liked it a lot. First of all, I like Edgar Wright to begin with and his director and stuff. So it is kind of interesting to read some of the background for this movie and how there's a lot of homages to, prior characters. Like he likes putting a lot of former James Bond characters into his movies. And this one had, two former Bond girls and a
Pussy
couple Bond
galore.
guys. No Pussy Galore. But the gold chick in the beginning that dies.
Oh,
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
She's Thomasin McGregor. I forget what's her name. The main character's mother.
Is she
Or
gold
grandmother,
in it?
I'm sorry.
Is she gold in it?
No.
Oh, damn it.
It'd
It'd be funny if he just starts ripping off the Bond character.
Thomasin McKenzie, is it? Or?
Yeah, Thomasin McKenzie. Yeah, she was in
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit as well. A couple stuff.
Jewish girl.
Who's she in Jojo Rabbit?
The Jewish girl on the wall.
Jewish girl, yeah.
She wasn't in Goldmember or Goldfinger.
Her grandmother was.
No, her grandmother was.
I thought that's when you said that you were asking.
She aged real well over the last 70 years.
She looks awesome for being 100.
Yeah, exactly. Found a
She sold
youth
her
action
soul.
there, man. But no, it's pretty good. There's a lot of good things where Thomasin's doing the what is it? Kind of like the psychological reenactment connection, deep emotional connection with Anya Taylor-Joy's character, and there's some really neat. I guess you would appreciate it being a movie buff, Jeff, if you saw the movie where she's coming in, where she's in her modern day, but she's fading back into the 60s with Anya Taylor-Joy's character, and they step in and step out. So they got a lot of great cinematography in montages in between the two as she's re-experiencing the emotional and actual life and pain of Anya Taylor-Joy's character.
And it has.
She's a little psycho. I don't want to say psychotic. She's a little psychic, I guess is the best better, because she can sense her mother and she sees her mother's in reflection and stuff. And so when she goes to London, be careful, etc. But so that was pretty good. And the other one, Death and Other Details, the Hulu one, I finished that with Inigo Montoya as a detective.
Oh.
Halfway through, you figured it out. And
Was
you
it
just
the
gotta-
Six-Finger Man?
Yes.
Oh.
And he's looking for the six-fingered billionaire, which is actually, spoiler alert, the main character's mother, which everybody spoiled halfway through because she's in the credits as being in the final episode and everything else. And you figure it out halfway through, and they try to throw you some.
I don't know what
curveballs,
he's
and it doesn't
talking
work.
about.
I've never
It's
seen this.
good. Well, it's good because it's colorful, it's kitschy, it's easy.
Is it a movie or TV show?
TV series. It's
Okay.
like 10 episodes.
Okay.
It's easy
Never
to get
even
through.
heard of this.
Yeah, it's easy to get through.
Okay.
But
Is
yeah,
there a pit
at
of
first-
despair?
What's that?
Is there a pit of despair?
No, unfortunately not. It would have been better if it did have it.
Damn it.
So,
Rodents of
yeah.
unusual size?
No rodents of
They're fake,
unusual
right?
size.
No ROUSs.
They're not
No,
real.
no.
They're not real.
They're not real.
But it was okay and colorful. I mean, if you like a lot of color cinematography, it's okay. But you figure out halfway through. But the story,
Well, you just
other than
told
that,
us.
kind of sucked.
I mean, I
Yeah.
figured it out before I watched a single second of
So,
it.
well, but, it's easy watching. It's no heavy shit. It's no heavy lifting.
Okay. Well, and especially now since you know the ending.
Yeah, figure it out yourself. I didn't even need me to tell you.
Damn it. Brian, anything?
Yeah. I watched latest episode of The Dynasty, the Patriots thing. This episode was on Deflategate. So, again...
Brady, I need your phone.
No.
No, I need it.
No.
Do you have a warrant? No.
Then you're not getting my phone?
I would like to have your phone.
No.
If you don't give me your phone, you're suspended for 4 games.
Okay.
But I want your phone.
But there was that episode had a lot of the like behind the scenes stuff that happened with him and Jimmy G, like locker room stuff, and so
Did they get along?
Not really.
Okay.
But like there's like one clip where they're like
Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh.
Well, not everybody knows it. Just trying to be nice.
where they're interviewing.
Have they met Giselle with little G? Oh,
yes, that one.
No. Where they're interviewing Garoppolo at his locker as he had been named the starter, obviously, because Brady was suspended. And they're like, what's one great piece of advice that Tom has ever given you? And he's like, that's a good one. I'll have to get back to you on that one. He had
don't
nothing.
marry a supermodel.
He had nothing.
Yeah.
So that there was just no
communication.
He just wasn't.
That's a fantastic leader right there.
Jimmy G.
To be fair, he was away from the team. He wasn't there.
Correct.
Because he was rehabbing from injury.
Yeah.
And that. So it was
Garoppolo wasn't a rookie though, was he?
He was not.
Yeah. So he'd been on the team for longer than that.
Yeah,
the starting quarterback didn't teach him anything.
Yeah,
I mean that's worse than Aaron Rodgers.
It is. Aaron Rodgers at least told everybody fuck off.
I mean, he soon to be the next vice president.
What?
I don't know if you saw that or not.
What happened?
Aaron Rodgers is RFK Jr.'s pick to be vice president. It's either him or Jesse Ventura.
I like Jesse.
Those are his picks for his vice president ticket.
That's a bold call, Cotton.
Yeah,
how it plays out.
Aaron Rodgers and Jesse Ventura.
Would Aaron Rodgers have to retire from football?
I don't think so. I think you're allowed to continue to play football and be vice president.
Most people in this day and age have two jobs. So
I mean, the vice president really doesn't do anything else.
You guys kidding me?
In this economy, he needs both jobs.
$50 million a year isn't good enough in this climate.
Do we have a vice president now?
We do.
We have one.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know where.
No. She did her job. She sat behind the Joe Biden when he gave the State of the Union.
Standing and clapping when she's supposed to.
I mean, that's
She's around every 4 years.
Every year he gives a State of the Union. Every year she's got one day a year she has to show up.
Is Biden going to try and have her killed by a...
Okay, moving on. So, moving on. We got these Kloss and Pickle. Oh, sorry, Brian. You got more shows, please?
Yeah.
So the secret is Tom didn't want to give up his phone because he had the nudie pics of Giselle on it, right?
I mean, they don't talk about that in this documentary.
That's what the commissioner actually wanted to see.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
How do I get naked pictures of Giselle?
I know. That's right.
He deflated his balls.
Let's make up a scandal with Tom.
I mean,
hey, Roger, you're kind of a creepy old man.
Yes.
Do you meet my friend Vince? He's right here.
It was all Vince's idea.
Speaking of balls,
Brock Lesnar comes in. Anybody peeing around here?
Speaking of balls, I just got Righteous Gemstones Season 3 where BJ goes to beat up the guy that was having the quote-unquote non-sexual affair with his wife.
Okay.
The fight scene is pretty goddamn hilarious and shocking. But I don't want to give it all away. I'll just say balls.
There's a lot of balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
you got
any shows you're watching with balls in it?
I mean, the
Deflategate.
They were deflated.
Yeah.
But in that episode too, they talk about when Kraft goes to Russia And
Putin steals his
takes
ring.
his ring.
I forgot about that.
That was like so funny, just because he was like, we walk in the room, very little guy but very imposing, and he's got all these people with him, and he's like, somebody asked me to show him the ring, and he's like, I pulled it out of my pocket, and he was just like, thanks, and just it came like obviously gigantic national like thing. And
did he ever get it back?
He didn't say.
So I'm gonna say no.
So
probably not.
Yeah, Putin had to hawk it to pay for the war in Ukraine after all the U.S. sanctions.
Yeah, the best you could get was $5,000 from Paul at the Vegas pawn shop.
The Prime Minister of India bought it, I think.
And if I learned anything from watching Icarus, if Putin takes your ring, you don't ask for it back. Yeah, okay.
Robert's like, hey, no.
Yeah, like he was like, like we're doing this thing, and then he like just turns and like all of him and all of his people walk out of the room, and he's like, I'm just kind of standing there like, he just took my Super Bowl ring. And like nobody was there, everyone just kind of like, all right. Like,
at the next
that sucks.
The next government meeting, Putin's like, did you guys see that I won a Super Bowl? I got a Super Bowl here. Did you watch the latest Super Bowl? I was the quarterback. Here it is.
Putin even knows what a Super Bowl is.
I was MVP.
Anyone doubt that? No, sir. No, sir.
Most valuable premier.
Why is he German?
Well, the premier of
He's a dictator, right? That's how dictators speak, right?
Yeah.
well, the premier of North Korea, he scored an 18 on 18 holes, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Kim Il Sung's dad. That's why he quit golf, because he had got a hole in one in every hole. It was like,
It's too easy.
He also got 300 in his first bowling game.
But he doesn't have a Super Bowl ring.
He does not.
Well, hold on. He may now.
He might have bought it. Yeah. I thought Chumley talked him down to half price.
I'm just imagining a meeting between Putin and Kim Jong, whoever's in charge now, and he's like, I got an 18 and an 18-hole round of golf. I have a Super Bowl ring.
Like, what's the Super Bowl? Chumley's like, Putin comes in, right, Jim? You can be Chumley. I'm Putin. I got this Super Bowl ring. I need, it's authentic.
I don't know.
I need 500 million.
Let me take a look at that. I might have to bring an expert in to take a look at this.
As long as it's not Robert Kraft. I want it,
Yeah, the best I can do is $500.
Could you do 600? I have a sick grandmother.
525 is the highest I
I'm
can go.
I'm invading Ukraine. Can you do 550?
That 525 is the best I can go.
Oh, that's fine. I guess I'll just take here, Ryan.
I've got some swords I could throw in.
I got some political prisoners in the background. What are you going to give me for them?
Pawn shops always have swords.
They do.
Always.
And
guns.
And guns.
Just saying.
And PlayStations.
Yeah.
So
that's like all they sold on Hardcore Pawn, wasn't it?
Guns.
Video games and guns
and sad wedding
That
rings.
was the one in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so bad.
The Gold family.
if I learned anything from the movie The Crow, is that's where every criminal goes with their jewelry. Okay. Good job, Brian.
Actually, Chumley, you forgot the part where he said, "This is hot. I ain't buying it." All right,
I mean, I read about this in the newspaper. You stole this.
This was a worldwide story on
That
the
was a different-
theft of this.
That was a different ring. That's a different one.
This is the one I won.
Yeah.
Did you not watch the Super Bowl?
Dude, I was on the Patriots.
I am the Patriot.
Did you not watch it? I was there.
I set the record in passing touchdowns to myself.
I threw 500 meters of passing. Sir, do you know what that is?
And I'd have had another one if they had made the laces go out.
Oh, stupid Dan.
It's the Americans' fault.
Would have had another one for those meddling kids.
Professor Hyde White? Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, what else you got?
Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air.
Still digging it?
Is so good.
Okay.
Like
So good.
this latest episode,
Throw down
they
strong, Dad.
introduce the Tuskegee Airmen into the war and like how they're. It's still probably one of the best shows I watched in the last couple of years.
Okay.
in my opinion.
Good.
I started it. I got to half an episode and then fell asleep because it was at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Not because it was bad. It was just you were tired.
Yeah, so similar to my Oppenheimer experience.
Oppenheimer.
And then we're trying to catch up on The Rookie finally.
Oh, good luck.
I
think we're 5 episodes left of the last season. We got to get caught up. We got to finish it.
We had to finish like the last 4 episodes of 4, and then like
All
so we're
5.
like 10 episodes into season 5.
It's enjoyable. I still like it.
Yeah, I'm just
I do like how it's his girlfriend, the firefighter. Like they always have a way to find out, like they're connected to each other. And let me tell you,
Jenna Dewan.
let me tell you, the Rookie, he's kind of like Batman. I don't think LA would have any crime if he was gone. Like I feel like he just brings all the psychos out. I'm just telling you.
I mean,
it does kind of suck that in real life the actress passed away, the one that was playing the serial killer.
yeah. So we like just watched the episode in 5 where she dies, and I was telling Erica, I was like, I wonder like if they knew like she was sick and like you know what I mean, like knew
Or she gave them a heads up, like
hey, like
yeah. Because I would have liked to have seen her continue throughout the whole series.
Yeah, that whole.
But now they're doing it with the drug guy, the drug kingpin,
Elijah.
Yeah, and his group.
Yep.
So, okay. I'm still watching Clear Eyes.
Full Hearts.
Can't lose.
Halfway through season 2, he just got the job back. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good show. I'm really digging it. So. Tammy just slapped her daughter.
Oh yeah, yep.
And my wife just went, "Oh, wow, look at that!"
Well, fuck the Swede, man.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, right?
He sucked.
My wife is a huge fan of Tammy, loves her. So
As she should be.
yeah,
As everyone should be.
we had a poll of the week on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast. It's, who's your favorite Mario Brothers video game character? I forgot to put its main character. We had Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Bowser. Thanks, everyone. Live in the basement. Nobody voted for Princess Peach. Nobody.
Not a single vote for Peach.
23% with Bowser, and winning 46% to 31%. Mario over Luigi. No, it's a big surprise, but I like Luigi.
I voted for Toad.
I would have voted for Toad, but he wasn't on the poll, so I voted for Luigi.
Super Mario Brothers 2 is coming out, the movie, coming out in 2026.
I'm about to say Super Mario Brothers 2 was out in like 1989.
Ugh, that movie. That game, I mean. Ugh.
That was a good game.
I didn't like that one. There you go. So,
Okay.
go ahead.
We now have the dill pickle jelly beans out for us to try. We're passing around the table now. Let's see see how good they are. You want to do the honors, Jason? Eat the first one?
Yeah, they smell
They
picklish.
smell like pickles.
When I opened up the bag, they definitely smelled like pickles.
So, Jason, try.
They definitely taste like pickles.
It's
Oh, that cleaned your sinuses up.
okay. Is it hot?
Nope.
No.
Just dill?
Yep. Brian or Jeff, you got some, Scab?
I don't want to.
But you didn't have dinner. You gotta do one.
Exactly.
You gotta do one. Gotta do one.
It's
Blake, can you open that door so it doesn't smell like pickles in here?
it's mainly because
Yeah, if your children don't shut it closed again.
He's in bed. He's fine.
you don't expect that taste coming from like a jelly bean,
Oh, it tastes like a
but it's a
deli
pickle
sandwich.
It gets right in your nose too.
without
Right.
the bread and meat and
Like if you just happen to get all pickle.
Starts off with that dill pickly flavor, and then the aftertaste after it sits there for a while.
The bean,
Goes
the
south.
jelly bean part
Yeah.
is quite unsettling
It's not good.
because it's like
It's a little too dense.
yeah, it's almost like gum, but not quite,
Yeah.
and it doesn't.
it's one of those where the
not
flavor does not match the vessel in which you're eating it, so it just feels so wrong. I'm not saying the flavor is terrible, but
I don't just like the flavor. The flavor thing's fine.
I don't
If we
like
put
it.
them on a deli sandwich, it might.
I would like
the
some
the
pickle-
texture eventually.
I would like some pickled jelly beans on that. I think you're right. I think the flavor is definitely pickle. Like you can tell, like they did a good job with it. But it's awful. Like it gets like it's very strong.
I don't think it's awful. I think it's.
Oh, I like pickles, but
Once the initial pickle goes away, I think I kind of like it more.
Blake, how you doing down there with it?
Okay.
He didn't even try it.
Yeah, I did. I had one.
He did.
Okay.
Let's get rid of that
eyeballing the Oreos
aftertaste. We're going to get some. What is this? Dirt cake flavored Oreos here. These should be really good. Yeah. So pass those down. They look good. My youngest son was super excited about these.
They're sparkly.
Do you have some? Oh. Okay.
They are sparkly. Oh, is that the worm?
The worm.
The worms?
Yeah, that's the worm.
Pieces of worm.
Or on the outside of they're on the cookie.
Oh, I thought it was Christmas sparklies or something.
It is kind of.
Do a first bite with the entire cookie.
All right, go ahead.
There's a light chocolate and a dark chocolate inside.
Yeah, and I wasn't too fond of when I saw it was two different chocolates.
Yeah.
I'm like, you already got the Oreo cookie. Mm-hmm. The middle should just be the dirt cream flavor.
I'm kind of disappointed in the size. The cover in the photo that you showed me, I thought these things were like an inch or two thick, man.
They do look like double stuffs
Look
in
at
the
that.
picture.
Yeah, they are not. Jim, what do you think?
It's a good Oreo, but it doesn't just taste like the chocolate one.
Yeah, I'm not getting much different flavor change. Anyone, Jeff? Scap?
Tastes like an Oreo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like one of the dark, like the one of the just the chocolate creams, like nothing.
I'm not going to like a pudding taste.
I get a little slight pudding taste in there.
Yeah, I'm not really getting much. Huh.
When you break it open, you can taste the pudding a little more.
Okay.
I think it's more pudding in there than a regular cookie, but not enough that you. If you didn't know what it was, you would just think it's slightly different than a regular Oreo.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
fine.
sparklies give no flavor to it.
Has there been a Oreo that we've been like falling in love like recently that has come out? I can't really think of any that we really loved. The Cinnabon was good last week, Jim. But we've had that before.
I just thought it was I mean,
it was good. I mean, it didn't
a
be
lot
my
of the
top
Korean ones have been very disappointing.
Yeah.
Only just because of how thin the cookie, and then
well, they were thins. The first three we had were two of them were thins, and then the other one was. I enjoyed the bars, like the cookie.
Yeah,
those were good. Those were really good.
Yeah, all that criticism aside, I'll still eat half the pack when you open it.
Well, I figured that.
Definitely.
That's
a given.
Actually, I'm getting more.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
I'm disappointed that there are, by the lack of gummy worms included in this Oreo.
I agree. Like, I was expecting
It's
something.
very intriguing to me.
Yeah. Because I don't even know if the little reds, the spots on the outside of the cookie really do anything.
Not really. Not for me.
I mean, it's good. Like I'm saying, it's not a bad cookie.
It almost makes you think it's Christmas themed because it's all red and
green. And again, like I said,
there's blue in there.
There's a little bit. There's one
Now
yellow.
remember, one of the very first ones we ever tried was the Swedish fish.
Yes.
That's pretty much your gummy flavor.
That is true, and that was not good. That was not good. We didn't like Swedish fish, right?
I was not here for that.
No,
You
I
were
would
not.
say it was not good, yet for some reason I was oddly attracted to eating it.
Did they have a...
It had a red cream.
Yeah,
in the
but
middle.
on the outside, what type of cookie? Was it a chocolate cookie?
The chocolate cookie.
Okay. I couldn't remember
Because it was Swedish fish flavor with chocolate, and those, I think it was like those don't really go together. But I still wanted to keep eating it.
I like I said, if you want an Oreo, this is it.
All right, here we go, Jim.
Oh
Pop
my
them
God!
open.
One more thing. One more thing
no.
here.
We have to get through some of these peeps.
Yeah, we've got like a whole. Our peeps are backing up here, so
Give them to Morris.
Do you like Peeps?
I hate them.
Good. You're going to try some.
While you're handing them
Finally,
out,
you
we
and
gotta-
I agree on something.
While you're handing them out, let me get started on listener feedback. So
Go
keep
ahead.
moving because we got a lot of shit to get through.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right, from damn it,
yeah, that
From
half of the
you
table
go,
don't
Jeff.
like peeps.
Big D.
Number one fan,
That's right.
Sunny D.
Beaver hands.
Ape hands.
Formerly known as.
The licking connection.
The jewel of the licking.
That's it.
Yeah,
Chili
yeah.
Billy.
Delivers,
Postman.
delivers thrice.
The master of his own domain.
Big D.
Doug.
There you go.
Dad.
Listening to Jason read the news, are you sure he isn't having a stroke every time you are on air?
I am not sure. He might be.
With the amount of sugar we eat on Tuesdays, probably.
What are these? Sour strawberry?
Sour
Yes.
strawberry.
Ugh.
So I may be having a stroke.
I was hoping the sour was more prevalent like last week's.
Yeah, they're not really said sour.
It tastes like a peep.
Could be the
I don't think
spike in
there's
your
anything different from regular
triglycerides.
peep.
Well, you didn't taste the sour at all? I mean, there's...
They taste
Here,
strawberry-ish.
eat mine. Try it again.
They taste strawberry-ish.
Yeah.
I like it. These are pretty good.
Ryan L. Terry at RL
If you
Terry
don't
1.
eat your peep, you can't have any Oreos. How can you have any Oreos if you don't finish your peep?
Eat your Oreos first.
Ugh.
Can you describe why time and not a golden statue is a real measure of greatness of a film? Timely question here for our Oscar expert, Jeff
Yes.
Morris.
I got the outline and I read that and I probably read it 5 times and I don't understand what he's asking.
Well, I think he's saying just because something wins a Best Picture doesn't mean that it's the best film.
It's like you said, like over time, what's going to be studied 20 years from now?
Oh, okay. But probably most of the films that came out this year are better than every film that had been released in total before 1950.
Wow. That's not saying.
Before 1970, maybe.
Wow.
Because it's the things that the groundbreakers did before then, like Citizen Kane or
Greatest Show on Earth.
Greatest Show on Earth, or, the real racist one, The Birth of a Nation.
It's on the poster even. The real racist one, Birth of a Nation.
Well, it did.
Yes.
But if you watch a lot of those today, they could be boring, and there's a lot of films
Yeah.
that do the same thing a lot better.
But is it because also those older films, they're a lot like a lot of them are based on plays, right? Or the film is like structured like a play, right? There's a lot of 3-hour-long films back in the 40s and 50s that felt like it was a play.
Well, yeah, when you watch Hamlet, you're going to get that.
Yes.
Or Henry V.
Oh, that might be.
Or
That
with
word plays
Romeo
made
and
into
Juliet.
movies.
Or Hamlet again.
Sorry.
What about Hamlet?
Yeah, that next release of Hamlet.
How about Julius Caesar? No. No.
I mean, how many Fantastic Four movies do you got to go through until they get it right?
The way
Time
I
will
look
tell.
at it, the Oscars aren't necessarily telling you, you know, in the future, you know, these movies are going to be highly regarded. What the Oscars tell you is the general thought process of where we are at the time they're handed out.
Okay.
By filmmakers of the time.
Yes.
So these are the filmmakers. This is what we feel is the best at this particular
Sorry,
moment.
Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump's
Except
better.
for Moonlight, where they're like, oh, we need to throw in this one because La La Land's getting too much hype and he's going to get too big a head and he won't be able to make First Man after this.
I'm sure he could have made First Man even winning the Oscar.
I was wrong. La La Land was really good.
It's
fantastic.
It's still the best film of all time.
It is. It really is.
God, that peep sucked.
I like that peep.
It's a good peep.
No.
It's a very good peep.
It wasn't as good as last week's peep or 2 weeks ago peep.
But I like that.
Yeah,
It's strong.
Jeff, why don't you tell me what my peep tastes like?
That's not what we do here.
I'm not gonna.
What else you got there, Blake?
Trying to pass it off to the new guy, quote unquote. Pittsburgh nerd. What is your favorite breakfast sandwich? Obviously, coming from Pittsburgh, his must include corned beef,
Scrapple.
slaw, and like fries, French
It has
fries,
French fries on it. Yeah.
Scrapple's the other end of the state. That's
Oh, my bad.
Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh style is French fries on it.
Okay.
Coleslaw.
Scrapple.
And a cookie table.
Scrapple's on my mind because we were watching Tournament of Champions and they used Scrapple in the
They
one.
did. You notice that they had about right before it, they had pork and oats.
Oats.
Yes,
The steel cut oats, and no one made Geta.
that is true. That is true. I don't know what to make with steel cut oats.
I'm like, Geta. Well, the guy
that
that
show. It's a really fun show.
the guy that would have made Geta is the guy they're not allowed to show anymore.
They showed him.
Very,
Very briefly.
very briskly. I will say a Geta fried egg and cheese on white toast from Pleasant Ridge Chili is my favorite.
Okay. I'm a good, simple sausage, egg, and cheese on a toast or a bagel.
Croissant.
I'm not a big croissant.
A good croissant.
If
How's
you're
that?
talking like fast food, breakfast burritos from Wendy's and from McDonald's are actually really good. I like the breakfast burritos.
Those aren't fucking sandwiches.
I'm just telling you what they are.
That's not
but
the
that's
question.
not the
Well, that's a
question.
sandwich for me. Sorry.
I don't know. It's between some style of bread.
No, that's a burrito.
Yeah, it is.
Burritos are sandwiches.
That's my sandwich. It's my sandwich.
Well, if we're
You're wrong.
talking fast food, I'll take the Burger King Chris sandwich.
Okay.
The breakfast Baconator from Wendy's is actually pretty solid.
Okay. Jim?
Let's go with which one they just brought back at McDonald's? The steak and egg.
I was about to ask. Remember they had the steak and egg bagel?
The bagel?
Yeah, they just brought that back.
They did.
Steak and egg bagel.
Is there a Shamrock Shake back yet?
It's been back for 3 weeks now.
Nice. Nice.
I remember one time, at work, someone was going to pick up some breakfast at McDonald's, and I asked them to get me a egg, ham and cheese bagel, and they wouldn't sell them that
Why?
because that's not what came on their bagels. I'm like, but they've sold it in the past because I've had it. So then he got me, instead of getting a bagel sandwich, he got me this stuff on the McMuffin, and I hate their McMuffins.
Not big muffin. My department does a breakfast every Friday. So people bring in, I was in charge a couple weeks ago. So I downloaded the McDonald's app because it was one of the few things on the way in from where I'm coming in at that time. And so I did McDonald's app. Then I get up there, 6:25 in the morning. I pull up. They're like, sorry, we had to cancel your order of $56. Okay, why? We have no sausage. I'm like, it's 6:25 in the morning. And they're like, we actually don't have any eggs either. I'm like, it's 6:20. And I was like,
You know what happened, Jason? The manager left for another job, and during his
Didn't
2
order?
weeks didn't make any orders.
who would do that?
I don't know.
What an asshole.
I figure all their stuff sitting on a semi truck in New York somewhere.
Well, actually, I said, isn't
Not
that
being
out
trafficked.
there in the back right there? Can I just grab a box and open it? They're like, no.
You didn't say that.
And I was hoping, like, oh, maybe it's just me because they didn't want to make that much. The person behind me came up, like, who was ordering, and they're like, just so you know, we have no sausage or eggs. And the guy's like, thanks. And out he goes. Like, there you go, McDonald's, thanks.
Well,
that
like
was-
when I
that-
went
that-
through Taco Bell on Cinco de Mayo, and the guy's like, "We have no tacos."
I mean, it's a busy day for them.
was.
I can't get over that you still go to Taco Bell. I can't.
Oh, I did it last week. All they
Did
talk
ya?
about is like, dude, I gotta hit Taco Bell. And I was disappointed. They got my 2 gorditos and taco right.
Oh,
Because they got the
sad.
order right.
I was sad that they got it right. I got home and I opened the bag with anticipation.
Damn it, I got what I ordered.
I got the Mexican pizza. Damn it.
I was a little disappointed that McDonald's did away with the chicken, like their crispy chicken breakfast. Like they had it on like you could get it on a biscuit or bagel or McGriddle. The McGriddle,
I heard the White Castle breakfast sandwiches were actually really good.
They are. So my department, sometimes somebody brings those in. They are actually pretty good.
You know the biggest problem
White
I have
Castle is impressive.
with all these different breakfast sandwiches?
What's that?
You have to be up early to eat them.
Before 11 a.m.
not White Castle.
They got all day breakfast.
McDonald's does too, doesn't it? Or did they get rid of that?
McDonald's menu.
They used to have the
They have like a very limited
Yeah.
All
all
day.
day like
Gotcha.
sausage.
COVID knocked it down a lot.
Yeah, it's like
they used to have the 24-hour egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
And then they stopped
Because they ran out of eggs.
in sausage.
Because
got
they
a
realized
McMuffin.
their McMuffins were
Would
nasty.
you like a McMuffin? We have no eggs or sausage. We got cheese.
Advertising 24-hour egg McMuffins if you don't have egg McMuffins.
we got bacon. I'm in.
Give me all the eggs and bacon you have.
Whoa. Hold on. What I think you heard was bring me some bacon and eggs. But what I said was bring me all of your bacon and eggs.
Good old Ron Swanson.
Good old Ron.
Go ahead.
Egg McMuffin. I can eat them all day, man.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it were
I
in a burrito?
hate the rest of McDonald's, but the Egg McMuffins, that's it.
I'm not a McDonald's fan at all, but
I am not either,
the
but the
breakfast
Egg
burritos
McMuffin?
I like.
That's it. Next week, we're going to bring in the Egg McMuffin flavored Peeps.
I will no longer be volunteering to drive out here every Tuesday.
I won't be here next week, so
after
have
next
at
week, no more Peeps, please.
Scab, I hope you like Peeps at your house.
Jeff won't eat my peep.
Oh,
That's not what we do here,
My
Blake.
peep.
No, that's your Peep.
How's my peep taste? Come on.
Blake, you're up.
Wrap
What's
this up.
Professor #1 at Dr. Numberoni. If aliens visited Earth, what is the one thing you think they would feel is the most disappointing thing about humans? And the best thing about humans?
Taste.
Peeps.
I'm going to say they would be most disappointed in the way that most humans treat animals.
Okay.
The American South.
Best or disappointed?
We're disappointed.
Okay.
I was going to say how
Just
humans.
lost Alabama again.
Roll Tide.
It's how humans
back.
taste. They'll either think it's the best or the worst.
You think?
There'll be no in between. We're either the best delicacy or the nastiest.
The way that we taste, like when they eat us?
Yes.
Okay.
It's to serve man.
Okay, I got it.
Remember the V miniseries?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did like rats.
They liked us too, yeah.
The most disappointing thing they'll find is the Joe Rogan podcast. And then the best thing would be Hobie.
We are 1,000 times better than Rogan.
The best thing about humans
Our perseverance.
are political.
It's got to be hilarious from an outside
Right?
world to watch it.
You know what? If they are people watchers, they love the mess that we make.
Oh my God!
We are a good spectacle for
Put the same two guys up for president again. You need to watch this episode.
Weren't they the oldest people ever to run for president 4 years ago?
And they're 4 years older. What could go wrong?
Highest ratings ever for Mars. On Mars.
Have you seen like all of the things like that happened in 2020 and that are like happening like
they
now?
mirror what happens now.
Yeah. So like everyone's obviously there's going to be some sort of
Plague
or like you know, Chinese virus,
Yes.
you know, coup thing that they're going to do to try to kill us. And
I mean, if we have to go back into the houses again for 6 months,
let's go.
That's fine.
Don't blame
I am-
me. I voted for Kodos.
Oh, good. Threw your vote away.
Today was the last day I was in the office. 4 years ago.
Yes. Yes.
Today was my go to the office day.
That was Monday for us.
Yeah, and I have
4 years.
I have my 2020 People Plus calendar up on the wall in the cubicle, and the last day I have scratched out was March 12th. That was my last day, and I remember sitting there thinking about it. It was like, you know what? With everything going on, and it came to March Madness. I sat there and I said, you know what? I'm going to take my laptop home, and I took it home for 3 fucking years.
Hard to
I
believe.
will say, though, I got nothing wrong in March Madness in 2020.
Perfect bracket.
Perfect bracket.
Yeah.
Vegas lost out on that. Okay.
I tried to work from home and was told I had to come in.
You were essential.
Yes, I was essential personnel.
You are. Okay. There you go. Oscar wrap up with Scab Jeff. Jeff, I'll be honest. I didn't watch the Oscars. I did see Schwarzenegger and DeVito. I saw the clip that they were going after Michael Keaton. I thought that was humorous.
Because he was Batman.
Yes.
I saw naked John Cena.
I did see John Cena.
Oh, he had the envelope in front of his.
Well,
And he had flip-flops on.
He was giving out the award for best costume.
The extra large envelope.
Yes.
And it, costumes.
What were you most disappointed in?
In the Oscars?
Yeah, like what film should have won something and didn't?
Actually, I was
nominated. Anything that should have been nominated?
actually, I'm kind of happy with what won and everything.
What about something not getting nominated for like Best International because the idiot French didn't put it up?
Well, I think by far the best film of the year was Anatomy of a Fall, which was a French film that they didn't put forward as the French.
Well, doesn't it still?
submission.
Isn't Anatomy of the Fall in the English language though?
No, it's all French and
It's
whatever
dubbed
they
in
speak
Danish.
Switzerland. I think they may have had some people that spoke a little bit of English.
Okay, I'm about to say the clip they had when it won for best screenplay. The clip they showed, I thought was in English.
Okay, that's possible because I think that the French and the Swiss one, they didn't speak each other's language real well, but they both spoke English real well, so they were able to do that. But it's a movie about, it's like a much better version of 12 Angry Men. There's a murder or accident, and she's on trial. They don't tell you what happens, but it's just through the way that the camera goes, how you're following them is. Do you think she did it or didn't? And it's.
Is it Japanese subtitles?
I think that you probably could get or Japanese dubbed, where there's just some really racist guy speaking with like in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Japanese dubbed with Russian subtitles.
Gotcha. It's a Super Boring.
But yeah, the shorts that won, I think, were the best. Like the Wes Anderson finally won an Oscar. Or did he win for Grand Budapest, Best Director?
I don't think so.
But this could be Wes Anderson's first, and he deserved it. This could be his best film, the short, the wonderful story of Henry Sugar.
Were you upset that Spider-Man did not win the animated film?
No, I
because one of the voice actors was not happy. He did apologize.
It's half a movie. There's no reason that should have been up for Best Picture.
I mentioned this when we first saw it. My daughter was like, "That's it," and I was like, "Honey, it's coming out. You know, it's a third one coming out. I understand, but couldn't they end this one?" Like, nope.
Like at least Empire Strikes Back, it stopped.
There's a
stop point.
Yeah.
Yes,
but this stopped in the middle of a cliffhanger. So what if you like had terminal cancer and you were going to die, and you watch this movie and you're like, oh,
no point in living now.
Well, you're not going to live till the next one comes out.
Especially since they pushed it back. It's a year pushback.
And see, my question was, I guess you said you didn't realize, but can you really give away an award as a best picture or something that is different depending on which screen you watched it on?
There was many different versions of
a
it.
lot of different versions with some subtle things going on differently.
Some didn't have the vampire fangs from Spider-Man 2029.
Is that why Clue didn't win Best Picture?
That's why Clue, everyone knew it was the best picture, but they didn't. They had the three different endings.
They could have just nominated 3 times for Best Picture.
Oh, Clue ending 1, Clue ending 2, and Clue ending 3.
Clue ending 3 would have won.
Amadeus was a couple years earlier.
Oh, my bad. Is Oppenheimer that good?
I watched it again very, very recently.
After it won?
After it won. I was just at work all day today, so it was a long movie and not easy to...
Yes.
But it's not great. I feel that movies are moving in a direction where it's just like, it seems like a live action documentary.
Okay.
Or not live action.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it's like they're making a documentary with actors.
Single camera documentary like they do the TV shows.
Yeah, I think he tried to do something with the back and forth, the non-sequential, and the color versus black and white, which felt amateurish to me. How he did that, which he should have been able. He's a good enough director to be able to do that without, or to flip from one idea to another without flipping back from color to black and white. And it's just, I like that they didn't focus on, like, the bomb was like that was in the background the whole time, but it was all them talking about is he a communist? Is he not? Are the Americans the good guys? Are they just?
Are we the baddies?
Yeah.
And I like that, but I feel that especially Christopher Nolan could have done that so it was done more interestingly.
Do you like Nolan as a director?
Yeah, I think that like Dunkirk, that scene where they have 3 different timelines that all take place over long, and they meet at that one moment, and that one moment is just perfect and magical. And then he started with that Memento, or I guess he didn't start, but the second one was Memento, which is that weird backwards storytelling, and the Dark Knight trilogy was
Interstellar.
I
love Interstellar.
I don't hate Interstellar.
He did Inception too, right?
Inception, Tenet.
Well, we all have bad.
The Prestige.
Oh, he did
like
do
that
the
one,
Prestige.
too.
Oh, Prestige. That might be my favorite of his.
I do like that one. That was a good one.
I've heard that Nolan kind of threw this one in the bag because he kept getting farted on.
By who?
David Krumholtz.
That's right.
Friend of the show, David Krumholtz.
Yep.
Just some insider info there.
Oh, that would.
Did he eat his peep yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
He gave it away.
It's gone, so
So I can have more Oreos.
he destroyed it if he didn't eat it.
But I actually kind of feel that Killers of the Flower Moon was the same way. It seemed like it was just telling the story very straight on. Like Scorsese's a wonderful director. Like he that scene where the cliche, the camera follows him in Goodfellas. But he doesn't just do it just to make a cool shot. It's you're walking in there in the back door with him. Mm-hmm. And in Taxi Driver, when he's talking on the phone about, hey, I didn't know that taking you to the porno movie would make you upset, and you're embarrassed, but you're not sure if you're supposed to be embarrassed. But the camera pulls back, and you're like, oh. So he knows how to make a film, but this is just straight on. It's not.
Yeah, and De Niro played like a mob boss cowboy. He's such a great stretch for De Niro.
Playing King.
I feel.
Oh, they did say that they're going to do a casting award next year.
Oh, nice.
So if somebody cast De Niro as a mafia guy,
he does have.
They got a real chance.
He does have a new kid. Okay, just leave him alone. Okay, he's up late at night.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. I feel like a little bit with just how I watched it because,
you're talking Oppenheimer or Killers?
Killers of the Flower Moon. Because I read the book, and I feel like because that story was really heavy, like he didn't want to put too much of him into it to take away from the story. But I can see where people would think that it was just not a Scorsese film.
The wife character, did she do? Because when I first saw it, I thought she better be up for best actress because this is phenomenal. And then I saw Poor Things, and she probably deserved it more. But it was she did. Is that how her character was written in the book? I never read the book.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because it was. That's how I understood the character to be because she acted that way.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Do you feel Patricia Arquette should have won for Boyhood 2?
Electric Boogaloo?
Yes. Because you were a big fan of her in that.
She is. I think I had another entry for my worst performances of all time. It was the Sofia Coppola from Godfather 3, her from Boyhood.
Okay.
I can't think of it. I think there was one it was Jodie Foster from Nyad.
No.
She was she was like awful. Like I could have acted better than her, and that's Jodie Foster.
So you would have been a more convincing Diana Naya than Jodie Foster was?
No, she wasn't. She was the friend.
Oh, she wasn't even the main character?
That was Annette Bening.
Oh, you're right. That wasn't Annette Bening.
Annette Bening.
So Annette Bening was fine as Diana.
Oh, I think that she was carrying Jodie Foster in this, and I think you could tell sometimes that she was a little annoyed that Jodie Foster was doing so poorly.
Do you feel Robert Downey Jr. snubbed somebody when he accepted the award? That's the rumor. He's a monster, is what one of the articles said. He's the villain of the Oscars, is what I was reading.
What, did he not thank Chris Evans or something?
No, it was the guy that won it last year. Short round?
Yeah?
I guess he snubbed him when he took the award from him. He didn't make eye contact, is what they said.
There were 5 people there shaking his hand.
He was the only one that he didn't shake his hand.
Isn't that also his first Oscar?
Downey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
he was third nomination for...
But he's a villain.
Fuck off.
No,
People on social media are going nuts.
No, Jimmy Kimmel was the villain because he made jokes about Robert Downey Jr. being a drug addict.
Correct.
Although it was quite entertaining, him live reading that
Tweet by
Trump tweet
Trump tweet.
during it, even though everyone, like all the producers, told him not to do it. He still did it. It was amazing.
Well, for Blake's sake, you'd be happy to know that the song that won Best Song went something like this. Okay, we gotta stop. We don't want to get.
Thank God.
Billie
But the
Eilish.
I Am Ken performance was actually real good.
Yeah,
Are you okay
Yeah.
with Barbie not winning many awards?
It won one.
It won one. I am
The Billie Eilish
Billie
song.
Eilish song. Yeah.
I did not think that it was an Oscar-worthy movie at all.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think it should have been up for Oscars.
Yeah.
I did like how at the end when Pacino was presenting it, when you're supposed to read all the
Nominations.
he said, I read Oppenheimer.
My eyes see Oppenheimer.
That was the most awkward.
Yeah,
that was even
he
more.
reading? Was he supposed to read the nominations, or since they showed them all throughout?
They
the event?
said that's why he didn't read them. He said it the next day that he apologized because he said that I saw them throughout the night, so I didn't think I needed to read them.
Yeah, it was. Was that more awkward than getting the wrong film?
He should have just picked a song.
And then my eyes see and then the music.
Just so everyone knows, it's 9:29.
Yeah, well, we heard.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
He had it on quiet, I guess, sitting right next
I
to
heard
him.
it too.
I didn't hear it. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
Okay. Last thing. Anything else you want to say about the Oscars?
I won the trophy.
Good job. We apologize.
I want to recount.
Next year we will have you on before the show. Before the
I do
Oscars.
really like the video that we made.
Yeah, it was good. Is that going to be up for a short film?
It could be. I think it was better than our slap video that we did that year.
We could put it on Hobie if you would like.
It could be Floppy nominated short of the year.
Jim
Oh,
wins, not
no,
Brian.
Jen filmed it. I didn't film it.
Well, he lost again.
Oh, wait,
you
I directed it. I did
Yes.
direct it.
She was just the director of photography.
Damn it!
Cinematographer.
So if it wins for cinematography, she gets.
I hope I win for Best Supporting Actor.
In a TV
I think
or
you were probably
miniseries.
main actor in that.
Here's a
I'm voting for
question.
Pam. She got my vote.
I have an Oscars question. Who would you guys like to see host? Like, I feel like all of these award shows, it's the same three people.
Well, who would I like to
yeah,
see
it
host?
doesn't. I don't care. I'm just
Anthony Jeselnik.
like, okay,
Anne Hathaway and James Franco.
okay.
No,
I like Ricky Gervais.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
because he did
Good.
great in
Yeah.
the Golden Globes. When he
I
did.
don't think they'll do
And,
that.
and he makes comments, and he makes the people so uncomfortable.
I didn't mind Jimmy Kimmel though. Like,
I thought Kimmel did a pretty decent job.
and I didn't feel uncomfortable for him. Like, he seemed very confident insulting them, and if they
Yeah.
gave him looks, I didn't feel bad for the host.
No.
What about Joe Coy? Is he better than Joe Coy?
I think he's hosted his first and last award show.
Hey, we need you to host in 10 days.
Nope. I was just curious. Like, it just feels like it's always like the
Yeah,
same. Like,
It was
Gervais is
Billy
a good
Crystal
one.
like every year for like
well, yeah.
decade or something.
And then Bob Hope before him for a
Oh,
generation.
jeez. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, but I really want to see like an Anthony Jeselnik. They don't want to see that.
Tosh.
They'll just tear them
Daniel
apart.
So I was thinking somewhere similar, like comedian wise, but I think Bill Burr would be an amazing
Bill
host
Burr would be funny.
of one of those award shows.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be John Mulaney because I have no idea what he said when he.
He was just giving the plot to Field of Dreams. That's all.
Not sure why.
No, I don't know why, but
Yeah. Blake, who would you like to see host the Oscars?
I don't watch award shows.
Okay.
The only award show I'm interested in is, the Hobies, floppy
Floppies.
awards. That's right.
The Hobies.
That's not even what they're called.
Coming to the CW this fall.
The Hobies.
Put it down.
Yeah.
Put it down. Put it down. Oh,
The
we didn't do a
CW?
CW.
Yeah, CW even
network.
around still?
They still have
We didn't do
some
that.
original programming along
Did you
with
know
wrestling.
we did TV schedules
They
for
have
this
Walker.
fall? And do you know what the number one show is this fall?
They have Walker.
Walker, yeah.
You know what the number one show is?
I do
that
not.
we created? Not good. Not great.
It'll make you ejaculate.
Yeah. It's,
You know what the worst rated show that we created for the fall was?
Cannibalism is okay with your host, Army Hammer. Did not do well.
Canceled quickly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they ran out of people to cast in it.
Different haircuts and different hair is doing really well, though. So
I knew that was going to
Two
be
different
a hit.
shows.
two different shows. One's with Jane Lynch, one's with Jane Curtin. So
Yeah, I knew
Really
that.
good.
Which one's better?
different hair. I like the Jane Curtin version.
I'd prefer the Lynch version.
That's the original, so I
Right,
could see
yeah.
that. Yeah, I could see that.
How is Tapper, Tepper, Topper, Tepper, Taffer, Topper, Tepper, Tepper?
They've done a great job remodeling.
They keep getting someone added to the cast every week. That
yeah.
Well, what's just Tapper and Teffer?
Yeah.
No, Topper and Taffer.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then Teffer came along.
Are we just making things up?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we going to add Obi Toppin?
Oh,
And Toppin.
Another show that did just get renewed for 2 more years, 2 more seasons. Wibbly Wobbly with Michael Rowe. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Mike Rowe is just a star.
He is. Be electrician. Be electrician.
go to trade school.
Although apparently a lot of people have also been watching the original show we came up with, The Golden Bachelor.
Yes. Yes. No one died on ours.
Spoiler: the first season, no one dies. Jeff, I don't know if you heard this or not, but the internet doesn't like it when you comment that you're surprised that the people on the show didn't die. That was the greatest thing I took away from it. The internet, not so friendly to that.
Someone may have gotten blasted after his comment.
Was this on Twitter?
This was on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it because that's where their
old people go.
That's their market. That's their prime, group. But they didn't like that. When
So you did it on the Golden Bachelor page, or you did it on your own page? And they
on
found
the
you?
Golden Bachelor page, I went to them.
Well, like what? Something surprising happened, and you were like, "Oh, what? Did someone die?" And they just went full blast on him
Who knew?
because they were vague about what happened.
Yeah.
She left.
Yeah, like they showed her like the clip was like her like turning away and walking out. They're like, "Oh, guess what? Like, what happens next?" And I was like, "Did she die?"
So if you were hosting the Oscars, you would read through those posts?
Yes, I would read those. Yes.
Jeff, can you give me some News of the Geek music real quick?
Oh no, I'm not set up for that.
Okay, just fake it.
It's time for the news of the geek.
Real quick. Let's see here. Oh, we'll do this one. We'll skip the first one. PerLawandCrime.com, where Blake gets all of his news from. Another great lawsuit. The mother of a 15-year-old boy who died riding on top of a New York subway car is suing the city's transit agency and social media companies that promoted the viral and dangerous subway surfing challenge videos. She said inspired her son to try climbing onto a moving car. Zachary Nazario opened an unlocked train door and walked between moving cars before climbing to the roof of a Brooklyn-bound J train on February 20th, 2023. A beam struck him in the head on the Williamsburg Bridge while the train crossed the East River. He fell between cars on the tracks and was run over by another train and died. Jesus. Quote, social media and the MTA, they failed my son, said Norma Nazario told WABC TV. Matthew P. Bergman, founding attorney of Social Media Victims Law Center,
Douche.
who represents the Nazario family, told the outlet that Zachary had some responsibility too. Quote, no one is saying that there was not shared fault here, but what we are saying is that this didn't have to happen.
I'm saying there's not shared fault here.
All right, Matthew P. Bergman, just burn in hell.
The lawsuit names the Metropolitan Transportation Authority for creating, quote, a serious and foreseeable risk to harm to the boy. Also names ByteDance Incorporated, which owns TikTok, and Meta Platforms statement, New York City Transit President Richard Davies said, "Fuck off." No, sorry. Said, "We said it over and over. Do not climb on top of trains because that won't end well. And we implore parents to tell their children and friends to warn friends. Avoid tragedy by riding inside."
Isn't that why they put seats inside the train?
Yeah, they don't put seats on top of the
Put it on
train.
top.
I mean, if they had seats on top and it happened, then I understand you sue them.
You know, maybe if they installed that dancing floor on top of the train, they might have a problem. But
Tom Hanks is up there all the time. His homeless guy in Polar Express.
yeah,
Court documents said Zachary was, quote, targeted, goaded, and encouraged to engage in subway surfing. At best, the social media defendants make these engineered addiction by design programming decisions to push young Americans into maximizing their engagement with their social media products by any means necessary. At worst, is the social media defendants operate in a manner that intends to recklessly disregard the catastrophic harms it is inflicted on children in the U.S., the complaint said. The MTA knew young people were trying to climb atop moving subways, but did little to lock doors or restrict access, the lawsuit alleged.
because if they lock doors and there's an
fire
emergency,
hazard.
people die. Yeah.
The lawsuit spells out Zachary's youth, including when he first got his cell phone at the age of 12, quickly got into TikTok and Instagram, developed an addiction to the platforms, court documents said.
Sounds
That's
like
great
bad parenting.
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
parenting right there for you.
He binge-watched videos promoting subway surfing, in which people climb atop moving trains, and other dangerous challenges a minor should not have been allowed to see. TikTok and Instagram began pushing to 15-year-old Zachary a continuous stream of dangerous challenge videos, the lawsuit says. Instagram was aware that Zachary was seeing content that promoted the dangerous behavior and wanted to profit off of him trying it for himself. How do they profit off that?
Yeah, we killed another. That's $10. I don't know.
Got another one.
It's like Death Race 2000.
Yeah. It's a new version of Death Ray.
Thousands of dangerous and inappropriate videos flooded his account in the days before he died, all trying to increase his level of engagement, court documents said. Subway surfing has been around since the 1980s, but the MTA noted a spike in people riding outside the trains in 2021, fueled by social media daredevils.
In my day, we'd go back and forth from school uphill on top of the subway.
5 people were killed during the stunt in 2023, including Zachary, compared with 5 subway deaths over 4 years between 2018 and 2022. That doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So there you go. Another
Play
lawsuit.
stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I think most of those subway deaths were,
People getting pushed.
what's his name? Kevin Spacey pushing people in front of the trains.
Yep.
Man, he got really good at that. House
did.
of Cards.
So,
All right. Algorithms are killing your children.
yes.
The parents have zero.
Well, they did say he has some responsibility, but not a lot.
No, this is not on the parents at all.
He's a minor.
Blame the internet.
Yep. So, yeah, there's a good lawsuit right there. So, good for them.
You said it was a good lawsuit.
Good for them. So, also, Bad Boys 3 or 4.
Yeah, they were.
They're filming in Miami, and they're kicking out homeless people.
Oh, I mean,
The police were very sympathetic. We tell them that there's places to go.
Well, do they not go to the places
They're filled. The places they're telling
Well,
them
then
to go
there aren't
to.
places to go then.
Nope. And we're not trying to show that they're not there, that they're not welcomed, but we got things to do. So there you go. Jeff, give me some box office news real quick.
The box office of March 8th to March 10th. We just got the top 5 list. Number 1, Kung Fu Panda 4. Waha! Made $58 million in its opening weekend on an $80 million budget. Dune Part 2 made $46 million, a total of $157 million on a $190 million budget. Heard it was good. Haven't seen it. Imaginary made $10 million in its opening weekend on a $10 million budget.
I heard that wasn't good.
Cabrini made $7.6 million on its opening weekend on a budget of $6.4 million. Winner of the week. Got
There
its
you go.
budget back in 1 week.
There you go.
And rounding out the top 5, Bob Marley One Love made $4.1 million, a total of $89.5 million on a $70 million budget. Upcoming March 15th of 2024, Love Lies Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleeding. Let me find it here.
Oh, you weren't ready.
Gym manager Lou falls for Jackie, a bodybuilder who is passing through town en route to a competition in Las Vegas. starring Anna Baryshnikov, everybody's favorite under-actress, Kristen Stewart.
Isn't that the same plot as $1 Million Baby?
Yes. Just move the stool.
I don't think they found love in $1 Million Baby.
Well, they didn't say that they found love, did they?
Wasn't that?
Well, it's in the title.
He falls for Jackie.
He falls for her.
It's in the
Well,
title.
she falls for
Yeah.
That's where the bleeding comes in.
Oh.
Dave Franco's in it.
Oh, it must be good then.
Oh, Gina Malone.
Gina or Jenna?
Jenna.
Okay.
Reuniting some Twilight actresses.
Ed Harris.
Ooh, Ed.
Ed's good.
I thought he quit acting, didn't he?
Maybe this was his last
No,
role.
I was thinking of Hackman.
Oh, yeah.
Hackman?
I get them mixed up.
One was in Replacements, the other one wasn't.
Keith Jardine's in it. I bet he plays some type of fighter.
In a movie about fighters and
Yep.
bodybuilders?
What else we got, Jeff?
We have Arthur the King. Is this an Aquaman sequel?
Ooh, I hope so.
An adventure racer adopts a stray dog named Arthur to join him in an epic endurance race.
Oh, it's not even King Arthur.
No, it's
It's not even a sequel to the,
I thought this was a Dudley Moore follow-up.
it's Natalie Emmanuel.
Oh, I like
Mark
Natalie
Wahlberg.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, so
We've been looking for
Emmanuel.
We've been needing a sequel to Arthur on the Rocks for so long.
Mark Wahlberg, Simu Liu,
Yeah, okay.
Juliet Rylance, Michael Landis.
Who plays the dog? That's the important thing.
Skippy.
Oh, love Skippy.
I did see the previews for this one. I think we saw Aquaman.
Oh,
It looked okay.
what else you got?
And we have One Life. One love.
Sir Nicholas Winton, a young London broker who, in the months leading up to World War II, rescued over 600 children from Nazi-occupied Czechoslovakia.
Uplifting.
It is Anthony Hopkins, Lena Olin,
Oh, I have been seeing trailers for that.
Lena
in
Dunham?
Esquire and
Johnny Flynn, Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Directed by Tim Burton.
Nope.
but it's a March release, so
Yeah.
so as Oscar worthy as that sounds, it's not going to.
No.
Directed by James Havens.
Okay. There you go. Jeff, you got some top 5 music?
Hey, what's that one movie that's coming out that everybody's looking at? It looks like it's like a 1970s lost footage film, late night talk shows, like Interview with the Devil or something.
What?
Yeah, you haven't seen the trailer for this? It looks pretty good, man.
I think that was a dream that you had.
No, not that one. No, it's coming out in theaters like in a week or two, and I'm like, why didn't they save this for Halloween? But it's got like perfect Rotten Tomatoes.
I'll find it.
or something.
I'll find it.
You got it.
No, I'll look for it, but yeah.
It's like, what is it called? Like Late Night with the Devil or something like that. And it's
Okay.
it looks pretty. I've seen the previews for it. And
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, not that.
March 22nd, 2024.
Yeah, what's it called?
Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, that's what it is. Late Night.
It
with
is
the
not based on a true story.
Devil. No, but
That's what one of the questions
Late
is.
Night
faked everybody
with
out and
the Devil.
There's this small movie that's coming out this week that Jason didn't put on the list.
What?
It's Knox Goes Away. When a contract killer has a rapidly evolving form of dementia, he's offered an opportunity to redeem himself by saving the life of an adult son of whom he had been estranged. It's starring like little-known people like Al Pacino, Marissa Gay Harden, Michael Keaton, James Marsden.
Never heard of them.
Director, Michael Keaton.
Not on the list. Was not on the list that I saw.
Late Night with the Devil comes out March 22nd.
yeah.
So we'll talk about this.
Talk about it next week.
No, we probably won't because
Release date,
Jason
March
won't be
15th.
here, so we won't have a
Did not see it
good
on my
outline. So bring it with you next week, and we'll talk about it.
Okay. Give me some top 5. Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite bullies. Oh, I'm sorry, not
Fictional.
favorite. Fictional bullies. Top 5 fictional bullies. Jeff, Scab, go first.
I have Garfield the cat is my number 5.
He is a bully.
He bullies Odie so much. Even
And
John.
yeah.
Even John.
And the lasagna.
Jeff?
Let's see. My number 5, I've got Harley Keener. He was the original bully on Boy Meets World.
Oh, okay.
He gave Corey Matthews shit trouble. And it always seemed like whenever things were going wrong for Corey, then Harley would show up to make it worse.
Did you ever give him a swirly?
Probably. Or he had his thugs give him the swirlies.
My number 5 from The Simpsons, Nelson Muntz. Because there are episodes that he learns the errors of his way, so he's at number 5. He's the least awful of my group.
My number 5, I hope he this, with Gunnery Sergeant Hartman from Full Metal Jacket, and Judith Fessbegler from Saving Silverman.
Oh, jeez. It's a movie I haven't heard in a while. Number 5 for you, Brian?
Number 5 for me, friend of the show, Neil McDonough as Robert Quarles in Justified.
Okay.
Boy.
They're just going to say Neil McDonough. I was like, he's a peach.
Yes, but he does play bullies well.
He does. He
is very
I asked
good.
him that at the Cincinnati Comic Expo, October 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets now at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. There you go. Number 5?
I had Butch from the Little Rascals.
Way
Classic bully from the 1940s.
to get that 100 to 110-year-old demographic we've been looking
That's
for.
right.
Good job.
Come on, Moime.
He had to get Alabama back somehow.
That's right.
That's right.
Number 4, Blake?
I hope number 4 is that good-looking blonde preppy dude that everybody fucking hates. That was Stan Gable from Revenge of the Nerds. And, of course, Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka's Karate Kid.
Yep.
What about William Zabka from Back to School?
Yeah.
Triple Hobie did. That's what I was going to say next.
Didn't William Zabka play like a bunch of different bullies?
He wasn't a real bully in European Vacation.
Oh,
He was the go-to bully of the 80s.
he was
Yeah,
the
he
good
was.
bully.
Although there could be an argument made that, he was the actual hero of Karate Kid.
And,
Yes.
And Daniel LaRusse is the bully.
Correct.
Well, he's the bully in Cobra Kai.
That's right. Cobra Kai. That's right.
Brian, number 4?
Number 4 for me, the Paperboy from Better Off Dead.
I want my $2.
$2.
Yeah, but he delivers a product for $2. I mean, come
But
on,
he
pay the boy.
bullies you
Pay
to
the
get.
boy.
I really thought you meant the paperboy from the Nintendo game. Like that game. He was kind of a bully.
He did have that great Switch comb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Number 4, Jim?
Number 4, I'm going to Hobie this, 2 people on the same show.
Ooh.
I'll do Perry Cox and Jordan Sullivan from Scrubs.
Okay.
I never really ever viewed him as a bully, but he really is.
He really is.
Well, I mean,
I just never
87 different nicknames for.
But I laughed at that. Like I didn't ever.
That's why he's one of my favorite bullies.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't say favorite or not or worst. This and it's your list. I get that. I'm just saying I never viewed him as a bully because I find everything that he does hilarious.
And every nickname was actually a show of affection. Maybe he's just misunderstood.
My number 4 is Lucy Van Pelt from the Peanuts.
Sorry.
Someone's eating Doritos on microphone.
Lucy was not always the nicest person.
No, she was not. She was a bully.
But she gave good advice.
She did.
For 5 cents.
5 cents.
Jeff?
Let's see. Well, I'm going to the Simpsons, which you have mentioned earlier. I'm going with Jimbo, Dolph, and Kearney.
I'll give you that one. I would say they're bigger bullies than Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson was kind of the friend bully. These are just the bullies.
Yeah.
And Kearney's son was even a bully.
They were in class together.
Number 4, Scamp?
Mine's also from Peanuts, but it wasn't Lucy because I feel that Lucy doesn't realize she's being the bully, and like in the Christmas one, she was actually kind of nice to him. Mm. But there was that one Peanut character that when he got the invitation to the Halloween party, she's like, there were 2 lists, Charlie Brown. One of people to invite and one not to invite. You must have been put on the wrong list.
Violet.
That was.
Violet.
I couldn't remember if it was Violet or Frida.
It was Violet, I think. Yep.
but I feel she's a worse bully.
Okay. I like that one. Number 3.
Whoever Kiefer Sutherland was in The Lost Boys.
Ace.
Closer to the mic, Jeff.
Oh, whoever Kiefer Sutherland was in The Lost Boys.
Okay.
Well, Ace wasn't the Lost
Wait, no,
Boys.
Ace is
Ace Merrill was the Stand By Me.
Stand by me.
You're right. I was thinking the same.
Don't throw away my
hold
number
on.
2.
Sun Vampire number 1.
Number 3 for you, Jeff.
Number 3 for me, I have Jack, Augie, and the Banducci twins. They were the bullies in the movie Airborne.
Oh my god!
You know, Devil's Backbone connects Delhi to Cincinnati.
They don't
Downtown?
even-
Northern
No,
Kentucky.
they never
Kentucky.
even go in Delhi on the Devil's
That's
Backbone.
true. My
And
number
Augie played by Jack Black.
My number 3 is I thought of this one because my youngest son has never seen the cartoon, but he saw the clip. I don't know, on Fortnite or whatever, and he keeps singing it through the house. Bird, 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 bird's the word. Peter Griffin. So
He is the biggest bully to Meg.
yes, my youngest son literally does the dance and everything every
I can see.
every couple hours. Hey, Mom. Bird, did you hear the word? Bird, bird,
God, I
bird.
can see your son doing that.
And my wife is like, please stop. And so then I start doing it with him. So, yeah.
So
Bird,
I should.
bird,
I should-
word. Yep.
I should push the buttons.
Yep. Bird, bird, bird. Number 3.
Number 3, I hobied this. Mm-hmm. I have Mongo and Moody.
Who's Moody?
He is pretty much when you said
Bullies.
it's the first one I thought of. It's Matt Dillon's character from the movie My Bodyguard. He was a bully. Pretty much anything that Matt Dillon does is a bully.
Yeah.
Yes. But this is the bully who Chris Makepeace's character had to hire
Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin to protect him and bodyguard him from.
No. Are you talking about Mongo, who's but a pawn in life, in the game of life?
Mongo, just a pawn in this game of life, yes.
He turned out to be a good guy later.
But he's still bully.
That's true.
He did trap the entire town behind a piano.
That was impressive.
Number 3, Brian.
Number 3 for me is the O'Doyle family.
Doyle's rule.
Doyle rule.
O'Doyle.
I have a feeling your entire family is going down.
But for now, I's got to study.
Number 3, Blake.
Oh. Yeah, number 3. Being a bully in the 50s was pretty popular, I guess. But, Back to the Future, Biff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot about Biff.
And he had the perfect haircut for it,
He
too.
did.
And the best cronies that, stereotyped, Bazooka Joe bullies back
Yes.
in the 50s.
Yes.
I'll even throw Biff's grandson in Back to the Future 2 on that.
Is that Buff?
I can't remember. Probably.
I think you might be right. Number 2.
So, number 2, this could be controversial, but I thought about this, and I'm like, we call him the, kind of like the hero in all the Warner Brothers cartoons, but Bugs Bunny was pretty mean to people.
I agree.
Bugs
That's
Bunny
a good
is a bully.
And
Yep.
Bugs Bunny was a bully.
I don't care what anybody says. What he does to Florida is amazing.
But he took that wrong turn in Albuquerque.
He did.
Number 2, Brian.
Number 2 for me, Tony Perkis.
Who's
Ben Stiller in Heavyweights.
Good one. Number 2.
That's pretty much the same character he plays in Dodgeball.
It
Oh,
is.
White
It's
Goodman.
identical.
Yep. I hobied my number 2. This actually has 4,
Whoa.
but they're kind of connected. 2 of them. I have Statler and Waldorf.
Mm-hmm.
They bullied the Muppets.
Yep.
And then this one, it's Cedric and Bob.
Who's that?
They're the 2 gay guys on Seinfeld who steal the R-word. You will not wear the ribbon.
Bully Kramer to
Yeah.
wear the ribbon when he doesn't want to wear a ribbon.
That's great.
Was I talking to you? My number 2 is screw you guys. I'm going home. Eric Cartman from South Park, who's a pretty big bully.
He tried to exterminate the Jews.
He did.
He got grounded for that, though.
He did. I think he learned a lesson.
I don't think he did.
If only they would have tried that with Hitler.
Number 2.
They never ground Hitler. If Hitler would have just had a timeout as a child.
Did
Or
you
somebody
have
actually
Scott?
bought his fucking art.
That's true.
Did you have Scott Tenorman as a?
No, I did not. His tears are tasty.
I have him as an honorable mention.
Oh, your tears will taste so good.
I made you eat your parents.
Number 2, I hobied this one. I picked Todd Packer and Tammy Swanson.
That's a good one.
Tammy 2.
Tammy 2.
Hey, are you a big William Hung fan?
No.
Number
His
2.
license plate on his car?
Well hung?
Yeah. When Ryan asked him when he's...
Are you a big William Hung fan?
I have
Why do people keep asking me that?
Stand By Me bully Kiefer Sutherland played. Is my number 2.
Ace Merrill.
Hey, I think his name was Ace.
No, it's Vampire Son #1.
And your number 1?
Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He took the bike the whole time.
That's an honorable mention.
I thought he hid it in the basement of the Alamo.
There is no basement in the Alamo.
Number 1?
Number 1, I have Buddy Revel, the bully from 3 O'Clock High. Pretty much the quintessential bully movie.
My number 1 is the biggest bully to his sibling and to his parents. He's a fucking asshole. Caillou. Fuck him. God, that fucking piece of shit kid.
Yeah, I don't know what this Caillou is, but I'm glad I don't.
Isn't it chosen called Caillou?
Yeah. It's an awful show. Number 1?
I'm going to hobby this because I have a couple people left on my list. I'm going to go in line of kind of what Blake said. I'm going to go with Danny Burke. He is one of the tri-captains of the with the Alpha Betas. I will go Flash Thompson.
He's honorable mention for me.
Because he's played by Joe Manganiello.
Yep.
And my real number 1 is Clay Morrow.
Oh, Sons of Anarchy.
He is a bully.
He's the Sam Crow bully.
That's a good one.
Number 1, Brian?
Number 1 for me, I hobied this. I've got Andrew Clark and John Bender from Breakfast Club.
Did have John Bender as an honorable mention.
I'm impressed that we haven't had any duplicates here. Number 1, Blake?
My number 1, Mr. Potter. From It's a Wonderful Life. Think about it. He's rich.
Oh, yeah,
he's influential.
He's a bully. Yep.
And he's in a wheelchair, so you can't really punch him.
Yep.
I mean, think about it.
For a second
you
there,
can't
I thought
punch
you said
someone in a
Mr.
wheelchair.
Cotter, and I went, he's not a bully.
Mr. Cotter? No.
We'll do some listener ones, and then we'll go back to honorable mentions. Jen, your significant other, who's a floppy winner. Dina Fox from Superstore. That's a good one. Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, Nellie
was a big bully.
Jim Halpert from The Office.
Jim wasn't a bully. He bullied Dwight.
He was a prankster.
Pranksters and bullies are different.
He broke up an engaged couple.
Regina George from Mean Girls. And Cordelia Chase from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Shocking that she had a
Yeah,
Buffy
Jen
one.
had a Buffy reference.
Steve from Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
Had Feed Rutha. I don't know who that is. From Dune 1984. James Potter from Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. Kreese from Karate Kid.
Yeah.
John Kreese.
Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. And Buddy Revel from 3 O'Clock High. We also had Randall from Randy at Randall Holt. Sorry. Randall at RJ Holt 666.
He's not evil.
He's just my brother, handled that way.
He had Lucy Van Pelt, Charlie Brown. Biff from Back to the Future. Cartman. Did he copy mine?
Or more likely, did you copy his?
This was only 2 hours ago. I had mine done earlier today. Nelson Muntz and Francis Buxton from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So there you go. The only other honorable mention I had was, Roger Klotz from Doug, the guy with the leather jacket and the cartoon Doug. I hated
that would
show.
require watching Doug
It was,
to know who
I
that
remember
was.
because we saw a movie of it.
Or Caillou.
I saw the theatrical movie. So there you go.
Honorable mention, I had Scott Farkas.
Thought of him.
Every other one's been mentioned. So yeah.
Johnny
sorry.
Lawrence was my honorable mention.
Jacobo, by tweets by Jacobo.
Oh yes.
He had Biff,
Yep.
Dee Dee,
Yep.
Roger Klotz from Doug. Hey! The Doyle brothers.
There we go.
And Eric Cartman. Doctor number one. Doctor Number One.
I really hope Jacobo's fridge has rebooted,
Unfrozen. The Hobie guys.
so he can catch all of our latest podcasts.
Doctor Number One said, "I only have Blake and Jason because the way they treat Brian."
I wasn't going to bring this up, but
They're not fictional. That's the problem with that
So,
choice.
in the podcast world, they are.
I had I got a message from somebody from one of our listeners. She messaged me and she's like, "What'd she call me? Hey, Bearded Dragon, give me a hippie name." And I forgot all about that. We gave each other hippie names. And I'm like, this is weird, but okay.
oh yeah, that's right.
That's because you were the Bearded Dragon in your hippie. I forgot what my hippie name was.
I don't
We have to
remember
go back to that.
what mine was.
Bad idea of the week.
Bad idea of the week is we're trying to continue without doing a Mad Libs.
Clue Mad Lib.
Okay, hurry us up. Let's go.
I think we should go on for another half hour.
Please don't. Bad idea was 812 jump on top of a subway train.
That's
That's number 10.
All right, we'll start with the very first one.
Clue.
Clue, the very
Clue
first
Mad Lib.
Okay, go ahead.
Blake, I need an adjective.
Strong.
Jeff, I need a noun.
Mr. Is that a noun? That might not be a noun.
That sounds like a title.
Man. You could do man.
Well, I guess that Mr. over there.
Mr. works for me.
Okay.
Oh, professor would have been better.
Professor works for me.
It's a clue, Mad Lib.
Jason, give me a country.
Oh, you skipped me.
Jeff, sorry. I said Jeff, and I just...
Oh, okay.
Jeff, give me a country.
Kazakhstan. Borat's from there. Come on.
Very nice.
Jason, give me a number.
My wife.
High five.
112.
Jim, give me an adjective.
Dirty.
Blake, give me a plural noun.
Misters.
Jeff, give
Would
me
that
a
be
color.
Messers?
Scarlet.
Jeff, give me an adjective.
Sweaty.
Jason, give me a noun.
Turtle.
Jim, give me a noun.
Bookshelf.
Blake, give me an adjective.
Red.
Jeff, give me a noun.
Plum.
Jeff, give me an exclamation.
Yowzy.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say yowza. But
I changed it from at the end to E.
Jason, give me a plural noun.
Penguins.
Jim, give me an occupation.
Penguin. Oh, I know.
priest.
All right, Blake, give me a noun.
Penguin trainer.
All right. This is called It Was a Setup. The design of the Clue game board is instantly strong. Here are some of this classic game's most professor-worthy features. The game board is designed to look like the floor plan of a 1926 mansion in merry old Kazakhstan. It has 212 main rooms and 2 dirty passageways. Playing pieces shaped like tiny misters represent the 6 different murder suspects. Mr. Green is green, Colonel Mustard is scarlet, for example. Potential murder weapons are represented by sweaty props, usually made of turtle. In the original version of the game, the rope was made of real bookshelf. Ooh. Some red versions of the game even have mini weapons made of gold and plum and yowzy. I don't. Players use a deck of penguins and a priest's notepad to track clues to help them crack the penguin trainer.
Well, they all can't be winners, kids.
Yowzy!
Jason, I'm so sorry that we did this and we set your night back. I'm so sorry we did
But there were 212 rooms in that game of Clue.
only 2 dirty passageways. In a route with a house that big, only 2 dirty passageways.
They must be really long.
They
Yeah,
have
it's like
to be.
Scooby Doo where they go through one, go back on the side.
Jeff, thanks for showing up. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Scab Jeff, thanks for showing up.
You are also welcome.
Tires for the show.
I don't have much.
What you got?
More peeps.
I got tell me what my peep tastes like. I got algorithms are killing your children. And
do like
2
that.
dirty passageways.
I have how does my peep taste? Our peeps are backing up. I'm not on staff. That's it.
I have Sea Donkey. Is there a pit of despair? All Vince's idea. No sausage, no eggs, and merry old Kazakhstan.
Jim?
I don't have any. I didn't write them down.
Let's see. I wrote down Sea Donkey. That's not what we do here, Blake. That's where the blood comes in. And Hitler was never grounded.
So Sea Donkey it is.
Merry old Kazakhstan?
We are a history podcast, not a geography podcast.
That's fine. I can do that one.
No, you can't spell it.
No, I can't.
Yeah, no, we can't.
So algorithms are killing your children, it is.
I do like that one.
I can go with algorithms.
Okay, we're doing that one.
Like he can spell algorithms.
ALGOTHIAMS.
I don't think that's right, but
Yeah, that reminds me of the adult
That's
spelling bee in Letterkenny.
Algorithmus.
That was pretty funny.
Algorithmus?
Yes.
No, come on.
Roger says.
I still feel like I
Goodbye.
get closer to spelling algorithm than Kazakhstan.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.